Hi. Um, my name is Victor Reyes. I'm from Lac du Flambeau, Wisconsin, and I guess the reason why I'm making this video is to kind of just touch on a few things about like how I feel in the community, about just certain things, kind of just like vent in my mind. And like one is obviously addiction. You hear me talk about addiction and like healing a lot. It means a lot to me. So I'm gonna just start out with by saying it. I don't know how else to say it, but like the word snitch. And like you hear all the old sayings like, "Oh, snitches get stitches." Stomp on sight if you see a snitch. You know what I mean? And like as Native American people, we place this derogatory word on what it really means to be honest. You know what I mean? Now I understand a point. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you did a crime with somebody, they told on you, and they got out of it, and they don't have no means or ways of changing their life or anything like that. They just wanted to get a lesser sentence. Totally get that. But like normal people being afraid to tell somebody or hold somebody accountable for being labeled a snitch. You know what I mean? So where does that really draw the line at? That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? Where does this all draw the line at? So technically you'll be a snitch if technically now I don't agree with this, but technically you'll be a snitch if you told on a child molester. You know? Oh, but that's different. This is different. He's hurting somebody, but so are drug dealers. Drug dealers are actually hurting people too. You know what I mean? You'll be a snitch if you are like, oh, so and so is being, you know what I mean? Like, so and so is being selling drugs to my kid, and my kid overdosed 3 times. Oh, you're a snitch. Oh, I better stop snitching. Your kid overdoses again, dies. Where's the line of snitch? What I think is we should actually be trying to like hold more people accountable. Why am I even bringing this up? Why am I bringing up the whole bullshit about fucking holding people accountable in our community? Why would I even talk about that? It's kind of a long story. That's why I'm making these videos for people that might be interested in even watching or hearing what I got to say. So, I'll be right back. I forgot to get my Mountain Dew. All right. So, accountability. Why is that so important? All right. To me, I feel like as a nation, when I'm saying nation, I'm talking about Native American people. You know what I mean? Native American people in general, throughout the whole entire United States, throughout Canada, biggest thing that we suffer from is addiction. We're 3 times more higher than any other race on the planet that has addiction problems. So if you're Native American, you're 3 times higher being an addict just by being Native American and just by our culture and our way of life, you know, and the generational traumas and everything else that has to be put in with that. So I'm bringing it up because I think that's where it has to start, is honesty and not being turned away by the word snitch. We have to start holding people accountable, even in our own families, our brothers, our sisters. So much we turn a blind eye to everything because they're our family. I hate the drug problem in this community, and I think that I'm gonna talk about it, or I'm gonna run for office, or I'm gonna do this to try to stop it, and all you are is just talking. So I've come to the point where I'm done talking. So I'm just trying to let people know where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Why I do the things I do. Why I'm not afraid to call somebody out for selling drugs. And one of them is to hold people accountable. Hold people accountable for our nation. Not only for themselves, but for their families, and the children of our community. That's who we're supposed to be protecting. We're supposed to be protecting the next generation. And when we turn a blind eye, oh, my grandson is selling and he gives me money, for staying in my house. And, it's a little bit easier when I get that little bit of extra money. You're part of the problem too. And I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to sit here and fucking look like I'm high and mighty. I'm just keeping it real. Because I had to get through the shit too. Not too long ago, over 5 years though now, but not too long ago, I was right out in the same cell blocks as some of these guys, hustling in the little trap houses, trying to make money to get by. And kind of reminds me of another point. Yeah, making money to get by. And not even make money. Just make money just so I could keep using. And you have to start asking yourself, what's the real end game? Make enough money to keep using for the rest of your life? So, with that being said, how I very first started out in recovery was I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to become different. I didn't know how to change. And to put this theory on a whole entire nation and to actually change as a whole entire people and to evolve as a nation, I think it very needs to start out with one of our 7 teachings. And it has to be honesty. If we want our community to change, if we don't want to be recognized as a little northern drug capital in northern Wisconsin or whatever, or wherever your reservation might be, if you don't want to be such a small town facing such an alarming death rate of people dying, ODing, people way too young to be dying, but they're gone, and we got to bury them over and over and over and over again. You think people will get tired? No, not lately. They'll still bitch around and talk instead of acting. You'll see them on Facebook, and you'll see them on, behind the scenes. I had one person tell me, "You don't have a badge. Why are you trying to act like that's your job?" You don't need a fucking badge to protect your people. You don't need a badge to step up and say, "No, that's wrong. That's wrong. What the hell? That's wrong." Now, back in the days, and it's another thing I'm getting at, is the old times. Back in the old times, people would get banished and have to earn their way back in the tribe. And if they didn't, they'd be banished for the rest of their life. And they're talking about how we can't banish tribal members. And I'm not going to even get into that. But we banishing other people, which I agree with. People need to face some kind of other consequences. What we're not doing is not working. So holding ourselves accountable is the very first step. Each other, ourselves, and stepping up and actually figuring out what the hell are we going to really do? What are we going to really do with this drug problem? Anybody got any ideas? Anybody just going to continue to talk more? Because I'm sick of fucking talking. We've been in a drug epidemic over here. Yeah, a drug epidemic over here. No, a drug state of emergency over here for like 10 years. And you think it got any better? No. No, it hasn't. I know a 13-year-old girl right now that's using meth. 13 years old. Probably selling herself. Probably selling herself for the next high. She's 13, man. Which moves me on to the next subject. Making money to get by. I heard that a lot. Oh, I'm not even that big. I'm just making money to get by because of the struggle. You know, I get it. I do get it. What I had to do to get out of it was get a job. Like, I had to get a job. You have to get a job, man. You want to make it in this world? You got to get a job. You got to place. You got to put your foothold into society somewhere and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I got to do. And start healing. Go to treatment. I went to treatment for 4.5 months. Gato went to sober living for 4.5 more months. I almost dedicated a whole year of my life just to sobriety, just to try to figure out something different in life. And are you going to get it easy? No. Hell no. This shit ain't easy. I really think, and I really believe in the bottom of my heart, that I'm going to see something great happen to our people. Something really, really great. Where we finally turn the light bulbs on in our head and figure out that there's more than a choice. You know what I mean? There's more choices, actually. That it's not destined that we're going to be meth addicts or drunks or this or that for the rest of our life. That we're in and out of prison for the rest of our life. 3 times higher sex cases, 3 times higher drug cases, 3 times higher suicide rate. For what? To make money just to get by? And I say that because you never hear of a Native American El Chapo. I mean, at least I never did. You might have. I never did. I never heard of a native saying, oh man, I sold so much shit on the res that I got enough money to buy this house over there on Pokegama Lake. $5 million house. No, haven't heard that one yet. Never heard that one. Usually what happens, they fall off. Or get popped. Because everybody tells on each other. Let's be real. For all this snitch code, don't snitch on this. Most of the people that are snitching on each other are fellow addicts. So I don't understand why the rest of the community can't just be like, these people are the ones that are selling drugs. If you know something, come forward. Come forward to me. Let me know. I'll pass it on. I'm not scared. So what's happening is that the Aryan Nation, you know, like the Ku Klux Klan, cartels, other gangs in the cities, they're basically pimping us out as a nation. Because we don't get no goddamn benefit from it. We don't get no benefit from drug. We don't get no cut off the top, nothing. We're just here. And there's a bunch of middlemen running around, having the dream and the idea, listening to one too many Kevin Gates songs. You know? thinking that they're badass. And the fact of the matter is, they're only poisoning the shit of their own nation in a little bitty town. There's nothing honorable about that. I've been reaching out like crazy, trying to get people to the path. And it's working. There's more and more people that are coming to the path. I made a post and I was like, man, is it just me, or is coming back to the Red Road and learning our culture and being what it really means to be Anishinaabe, is that sparking fire? It is. I'll tell you right now, it is. There's more people that reach out to me all the time. Man, it's a little crazy, but it's good. And it's the beginning of the fire for us to fight back. And I want to fight back. That's why I'm making this goddamn video. Because I want to fight back in the community. And I know that I also heard somebody say, you're never going to get rid of the whole entire drug problem. You're just living in a fantasy world. To me, that's not endgame, man. To be realistic, I'd like to chop it down to where at least our suicide rate drops down to everybody else. So a lot of us aren't dying. That our arrest rate drops down to everybody else. Every other American. At least that much. 3 times higher than everybody else is crazy. What the fuck are we doing here? If you are not going to help me, then I don't know what to say. Stay the fuck out of my way, at least. I believe so bad that this is going to bring about change. That we could bring about change together. Now, like I said, more and more people are coming. And they're feeling how it really feels to be Anishinaabe, how it feels to be Native American. They're really feeling that. And I think it's the cure. It's the healing that we need as a people. Is that. So, I don't want to take up too much of your time. There's going to be an episode 2. I'm going to go over some other things in that one. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Please put your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And let me know if you actually hate it. I'm open to all suggestions. Anything that can help me along my way. I'm open to it. If you want to get a hold of me, name's Victor Reyes on Facebook. Hit me up that way. I think it's important for all Native American communities. All Native American communities to start battling this thing together. It's the only way it's going to stop. Miigwech for listening.